My name is Bahjat Shariff. Good evening, Mr. Chairman. Good evening, everyone. I just wanted to just take a couple minutes of your time. I know it's a long evening and there's a lot of folks here, so I'm going to try to manage my time the best I can. I arrived in the country at the age of 18 from a very small, tiny little country the size of Connecticut in the Middle East. And I started my first job working at KFC in Southern California at $3.35 an hour. And today I'm one of 3 partners that own and operate all the Panera Breads in Southern New England, including Rhode Island. I wanted just to tell you this is exactly the American dream, and I come across it all the time. And I also want to mention, in case you have not been to Panera Bread before, almost all of our general managers started as 16, 17, 18-year-olds as part-time cashiers or sandwich makers or salad makers working nights and weekends. And today, they're all general managers making very decent money. And the increase in minimum wage does have, puts a lot of pressure on our business. And I want to try to articulate that a little bit. In our business, for every dollar we make in sales, this may be shocking to some, we make 3.9 cents of profit for every dollar. And that is only getting tighter and tighter and tighter in Southern New England, not only Rhode Island. That's Rhode Island and Connecticut. We can see our Massachusetts cafe is doing slightly better. And that's because the closer you get to Boston, the better you do. I also wanted to say thank all my fellow restaurant owners and operators. There are over 40 owners, operators of restaurants from Rhode Island are here tonight. And this is a very fragile business. We have 1,200 employees in our company. We started with our one little cafe in Cranston on Reservoir Ave in December of 2000. And one cafe at a time allowed us the opportunity to get up to 1,200 employees in 29 cafes. You know, I am a Rhode Islander. I live in Cumberland. Our office is in Lincoln. And I dine out quite a bit. Just like all of us in Rhode Island, that we celebrate our food, we celebrate our restaurants and hospitality locations all over Rhode Island, from north to south to Providence to Warwick to anywhere. And this is the one industry that is growing the economy. We're adding more jobs every year. There's over 58,000 employees in our industry just in the little state of Rhode Island. And we're projecting to hit some 63,000 just in a decade from now. And I just hate for us to see that industry that is growing jobs and opportunities being completely dampened by this pressure on margins and food costs and utilities costs and labor costs, etc. And I wanted to tell you, instead of bringing you a big stack of profit and loss statements, I brought you a very special profit and loss statement today. It's my own making. So I'm not an artist, but these are facts. Okay, and I was able to put all of our costs on a single plate in color, all right, and I'll be happy to pass this around, but I need it back because this plate costs $4. And you will easily see I broke down every category and I named every single category here. So you'll know what we pay for food, what we pay for labor, what we pay for rent, what we pay for everything else, but please don't give it to the competitors, all right? And it is really crazy because one thing I did not include in here, you have to pay for an HR person. You have to pay for a training department. You have to pay for district managers, all right? And that's not even including on the cost. So a 3.9 cents on a dollar does not include these folks. So when you start including those, that 3.9 cents disappears very easily. And we have not seen any growth in Southern New England, that's from Hartford to our little state of Rhode Island, since 2009. Not a single growth. We've been increasing the minimum wage every year, and it has not gave a return on any transactions or customers frequency in any place. And I want to pass this down. You can take a peek at it, and I'll pick it up when we're done. Remember, that's $4, please don't break it. I also want to tell you, and just a reminder, and I know we all know this, in Rhode Island, the hospitality industry projecting to do $2.4 billion this year. All right, that's 2,800 establishments. That's providing a lot of jobs for 58,000 employees. I met with the Senator Whitehouse yesterday in D.C. by coincidence. And we were chatting. He said, a lot of folks don't realize truly what's behind that plate. There's a lot of pieces come together to get that plate going. That's paint, and that's chairs, and that's chicken, and turkey, and ceiling, and air conditioning, and employees, and training, and HR, and healthcare, and workers' comp, and it goes on and on and on, and uniform, and hats, and food safety. And I don't want us to take this for granted. The minimum wage for our associate, we don't have any employees make minimum wage. They make 10 or 15 or 20 cents above minimum wage. But these employees, when they get hired, they're 16-year-old, just like my son. The only thing he has to pay is his car insurance. That's the only thing he has to pay. He doesn't pay rent, all right? And these are the jobs provided for employees. All full-timers make way above minimum wage, and they average over $2.50 above minimum wage. I also wanted to tell you, and I'm hearing everybody, and this is a very big debate and a very, very big issue. I am more than happy to meet with any one of you in the room to talk about these issues face to face. And I know we don't have all the time today. I'm happy to take any questions you have for me. But this is our business. I have put 4 kids in college, 2 in a military academy, 1 in public college, and 2 in private colleges. And they pay their tuition, and they all worked in the restaurant industry. And some of these owners are here today. And they worked in their restaurants and paid for their books and for going out in the evenings. I really appreciate you listening to this. Thank you very much. I'm happy to take any questions.